What's good, YouTube? Today, back to the most powerful ways nature can heal you. If you ask me why my camera's so ass, Tyson that didn't start on the best camera himself either, so I'm just gonna start off with jail camera. And it's okay. That's how life is.
The blue-ringed octopus is about the size of a golf ball, a dull little animal that lives in shallow tide pools and looks completely harmless. Every year, tourists in Australia pick one up for a photo, with no idea what they're holding, handle it, and bright blue rings flash across its skin for a second or two, the only warning before it bites.
You gotta be dumb as shit if you think I'm touching that bullshit. I don't even touch ants. Fuck you mean I'm touching a fucking octopus? I used to call them octopuses.
The bite is so small and painless that most people don't even notice until the poison starts working. That poison is tetrodotoxin, the same toxin found in the pufferfish that Japan serves as a delicacy called fugu. Drop for drop, it's about 1,200 times deadlier than cyanide, and a single octopus holds enough to kill 26 grown adults. It works by switching off the signals your nerves use to move your muscles, a bit like cutting every wire between your brain and your body. Your lips and face go numb within minutes, then your arms and legs, and finally the muscle you breathe with until you can't pull in air at all. The worst part, though, is what the toxin leaves untouched. It never reaches your brain, and your heart keeps beating, so you don't pass out. You stay completely awake while your body goes still around you, unable to move, speak, or even blink to show you're still in there. You look dead long before you actually are, and there's no antidote and nothing you can do to stop it.
Love Roblox? Earn Roblox digital gift cards with Microsoft Rewards. Sign up for Microsoft Rewards and earn
Necrotizing
My bad for digging my nose. I forgot you guys can still see me.
fasciitis. It can start with something as small as a paper cut. You go for a swim in the sea or eat a few raw oysters, and a type of bacteria called Vibrio vulnificus gets in through that cut or the food. It lives in warm coastal water and reaches new places as oceans heat up. For a while, there's nothing to see but a bit of redness and swelling, so most people wait, and waiting is the one thing you can't afford. Once it's inside, the bacteria multiply and pour out toxins that kill the tissue around them. The infection spreads through the layers under your skin, hidden from view, which is why the first real warning is a deep, screaming pain, far worse than such a tiny wound should cause. Then the skin darkens, blisters swell, and the flesh underneath begins to rot while you're still alive. That's why people call it flesh-eating disease, and the only way to stop it is brutal. Surgeons have to cut away the dead tissue, often taking a whole limb, and sometimes more, just to keep you alive. And even then, the infection can outrun the knife, survive, and you're left carved up and missing pieces of yourself. Many don't make it at all, with about 1 in 5 dying, and more than half once it reaches the blood.
Stop touching nature. Okay, this is what I'm getting from that video. Stop touching nature, nigga. Stop thinking you some type of animal investigation, nigga. Stop touching nature, nigga. Shit happens. I'm scared of it. I'm scared of house spiders. House spiders. And I'm harmless. I'm scared of ants, red ants. And I think I'm harmless. Wait, are red ants harmless? Oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh fuck.
From a harmless scratch to a fight you may already be losing can take less than a day. Neglaria. On a hot day, nothing beats cooling off in a lake. But that warm, still fresh water is exactly where a tiny amoeba called Neglaria fowleri lives. And as the climate warms, it's showing up farther north every year. Swallowing it does nothing at all. The real danger is getting it up your nose, which is why it so often hits kids cannonballing in all summer. A few have even caught it rinsing their sinuses with tap water. From there, the amoeba climbs the nerve you smell through, up through a thin piece of bone and straight into your brain. For days, you stay completely fine, then come down with what feels like a normal headache and fever, so no one connects it to a swim from a week ago. But those symptoms are the first sign of it eating the soft tissue inside your skull, cell by cell. As it chews deeper, you start to lose yourself. You get confused, see things that aren't there, your neck locks up, and seizures take over as the swelling crushes what's left. Even in a hospital, no cure reliably works, and it moves so fast that doctors figure out what's wrong too late to save you. Almost no one survives it, and only a handful ever have. You slip into a coma, and within about 5 days of the first headache, you're gone. your brain eaten away by something as ordinary as a swim on a hot afternoon. The death roll. From the bank, the water looks calm and empty, a good spot to cool off or fill a bucket. But a crocodile can lie below the surface for hours, barely breathing, watching you without a single ripple. The moment you're close enough, it explodes up before you can flinch. Its bite is the strongest of any animal alive.
Okay, if you know your city have alligators, why are you getting close to the water? Why are you getting close to the water if you know your city got alligators, known from having alligators and stuff in the water? Why are you getting close? I won't stop a inch by that water if I knew my city had alligators. I live in Detroit, and I think I got alligators. They can teleport. They teleport.
Around 3,700 pounds per square inch, more than 20 times stronger than your own jaws. Nothing you do will make it let go, and the pressure alone can crush bone. In the same instant, it hauls you off your feet into deep water, where it has every advantage and you have none. Then comes the death roll, the move it was built for. Still locked onto you, it spins its whole body over and over, fast and brutal, rolling you under until everything blurs and you can't tell which way is up. The roll drowns you and tears you apart at the same time, twisting so hard that flesh rips and limbs tear off. Crocodiles kill hundreds of people a year this way, usually somewhere that looked perfectly safe. And because they can hold their breath for hours, you can't wait it out, and it can keep you under for as long as it takes. Through all of it, you may still be alive and aware, feeling the agony of every second until there is almost nothing left to find. Screwworm. All it takes is a small open wound, like a tick bite or a scratch, or just a damp spot like your nose or ears, sometimes while you sleep. A fly lands on it for a second, lays a couple hundred eggs, and is gone before you notice. These are screwworm flies, and unlike normal maggots that clean up dead tissue, the ones that hatch eat you alive. Their name even means man-eater. Each maggot has a mouthful of sharp hooks. They burrow straight down into your living flesh, screwing deeper the way a screw bites into wood, feeding as they go. The wound grows wider and starts to rot and smell, which only draws in more flies to lay more eggs. Soon, there are hundreds of them packed in together, chewing toward bone. If they're near your face, they head for your sinuses and eyes. The whole time, you can feel them tunneling deeper inside you.
A nigga laying eggs in your fucking in your face. That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful. Fuck you mean you ain't flies in my face. That's disrespectful.
All those mouths working at once, and the pain never lets up. There's no medicine for it, just pulling them out one by one, alive and squirming. Left alone, they can burrow deep enough to kill you in about a week. Screwworm was wiped out of the United States decades ago, but it's creeping north again and has already reached Texas. A single fly, a tiny cut, and you're eaten from the inside while you're still awake to feel it. Box jellyfish. The water is warm and clear, perfect for a swim, with nothing in front of you that looks dangerous. That's exactly the problem. A box jellyfish is almost completely see-through, pale and faint, trailing around 60 tentacles that can reach 10 feet long. It isn't even hunting you. You just have to drift into one, because this is one of the most venomous animals alive. Every tentacle is lined with millions of tiny stingers, coiled harpoons ready to fire. Touch one, and thousands go off at once. They pump venom into you in a fraction of a second. That tentacle clings on, and the more you struggle...
Why the fuck was you judge a jellyfish? Well, he probably didn't know it was a jellyfish, so let me chill down. Stop judging shit that's in the water. I'm gonna tell you that. Stop. You gonna learn a lesson. Like this nigga did.
The more of them burst against your skin. The pain hits in an instant, like a hot wire dragged across you, about as bad as it gets. Long welts swell up wherever it caught you, red and raw. People scream and go into shock right there in the water. The venom punches holes in your cells, attacking everything at once, and races for your heart, which can stop beating in as little as 2 or 3 minutes. That's faster than anyone.
Whoa.
What's that?
I just built a budgeting app with Base 44.
Guys, Nina just built an app.
Impossible.
Could get you to a hospital, and the anti-venom is rarely on hand. But that may not be what kills you first. The pain alone can knock you out and pull you under, so you drown right there in the shallows, still being stung by something you never even saw. Tetanus. You step on a rusty nail or snag your hand on some old wire and barely give it a thought. The cut is small and scabs over within a day. But the dirt that got inside carried the spores of a bacteria called Clostridium tetani. And down in that wound where there's no air, they start to grow. A lot of people never even remember the scratch.
See, somebody like me don't gotta worry about this because I don't even touch ball wire. I don't even get close to ball wire. And sometimes the ball wire be disconnected. I still don't get close. So I don't care if it's disactivated. I don't care. I know I'm not Spider-Man. I'm not getting close to it.
That let it in. Days or weeks later, long after the cut has healed, those bacteria pump out one of the most powerful toxins on Earth. It creeps up your nerves to your spine and blocks the one signal that tells a muscle to relax. Now, your muscles can only do the opposite. They clench tighter and tighter, like a cramp that won't let go. It starts in your jaw, locking it shut so you can't open your mouth, and twists your face into a frozen grin. Then it spreads down your neck and into the rest of you. Soon, every muscle is pulling at once. Your back arches so hard it can snap your own bones, and the smallest sound or touch sets off another wave. The toxin has your body, not your mind, so you stay wide awake through every spasm for weeks. In the end, the muscles you breathe with lock up too, and you suffocate, fully aware, trapped inside a body that has turned into your own torturer. Death cap. It looks like an ordinary mushroom, the kind you might slice into dinner without a second thought. Pale and smooth, white gills underneath, and it looks completely harmless. Set it beside an edible one, and you could barely tell them apart, which is how people eat it by mistake. The taste gives you no warning either, but this is the deadliest mushroom on Earth, and a single cap holds enough.
Look, I'm good too. Cause bitch, I do not like mushrooms. So hey, bitch, this is not Mario. I don't like mushrooms, so I'm good. Hey, I got a couple 99 years left.
Poison to kill a grown adult. Cooking it makes no difference, because the toxin shrugs off heat. For the first several hours, sometimes most of a day, you feel completely fine. Then it hits hard, with stomach cramps, violent vomiting, and diarrhea that leaves you wrung out. It feels like a brutal case of food poisoning, the kind you'd blame on a bad meal, and after a day it seems to pass. You start to feel better. Sure, the worst is behind you. It isn't. While you were sick, the poison crept into your cells and switched off the tiny machines that keep them running. Your liver took the worst of it. It filters everything you eat, and it was dying the whole time you believed you were healing. Days later, the sickness roars back, and now your liver is too far gone to save, with no antidote to undo the damage. You turn yellow, slip toward a coma, and the dinner you never thought twice about quietly finishes.
Nigga turn yellow. Focus on SpongeBob. I don't gotta worry about nothing. I don't eat mushrooms. I don't want to turn into SpongeBob. Oh hell no.
Dissolving you from the inside. Pyroclastic flow. You wake to an ordinary morning in a town at the foot of a mountain so quiet that no one alive has ever seen it stir. Then the top of it tears open. A few hours later, something comes down the slope toward you, faster than anything you have ever seen move. It's a churning wall of ash, rock, and gas, hugging the ground as it races at over 100 miles an hour. You see it coming, you hear it roar, and there is nothing you can do. You can't outrun it, because nothing on 2 legs or 4 wheels is anywhere near that fast. Hiding doesn't help either, because the heat finds you right through the walls of your house. By the time it reaches you, the air is past 500 degrees, as hot as an oven turned all the way up. It doesn't burn you slowly over minutes, the way a fire would. The heat is so intense that a single breath sears your lungs and kills you in a fraction of a second. Every muscle locks at once, knotting your body into the tight crouch you die in. Then the ash buries you where you fell and hardens into rock. 2,000 years later, they dig you out, still frozen in that last twist of pain. The exact instant of your death held in the still frozen and hardens into rock. 2,000 years later, they dig you out.
Who the fuck gonna be alive 2,000 years later? Bitch, is the world gonna be spending 2,000 years later? Fuck if you digging me out 2,000 years later. Bitch, is the world gonna be spending like 2,000 years later? Bitch, my motherfucking, bitch, my grandson not even gonna be alive.
Still frozen in that last twist of pain. The exact instant of your death held in the stone for strangers to file past. This is exactly what happened in Pompeii. Boomslang, you're reaching into a tree when a thin green snake slips out of the leaves and nips the back of your hand. It's shy and beautiful, and the bite is so small and painless, you barely notice it. You feel completely fine, even as a full day goes by. But the venom is already at work on the one thing holding your life together, your blood. It quietly destroys the part that lets a cut clot, the stuff that forms a scab and seals a wound shut. Without that, nothing inside you can ever close again. The tiny wound on your hand starts to bleed and simply won't stop. then it begins everywhere else. Your gums leak, your nose runs red, and the whites of your eyes turn red too. Old cuts you'd long forgotten tear open on their own until your whole
I'm going to the hospital if I wake up bleeding. If I wake up bleeding, I'm going to the hospital. I'm not wasting a couple minutes of my life, nigga. I'm going to the fucking hospital. I'm not going to my fucking bathroom looking in the fucking mirror. Bitch, I see.
body seems to have sprung leaks in 100 tiny places. Inside, it's even worse. You're bleeding into your muscles, stomach, and brain, with nothing left that can clot to hold it back. Dark bruises spread under your skin until you turn a deep, sick purple, and none of it is quick. You stay wide awake for hours, sometimes days, as your blood thins to water and drains out of you from every direction at once. The whole time you know you're dying from a bite so small, you nearly laughed it off. Neurocysticercosis. You're eating a meal that looks completely ordinary, maybe a salad rinsed in dirty water or food touched by hands that were never washed. Hidden in it are tapeworm eggs, far too small to see or taste. You swallow them without the faintest idea anything is wrong. Inside you, they hatch, and the tiny worms chew through your gut wall and slip into your bloodstream. From there, they ride your own blood straight up into your brain. Each one.
I don't wash my hands when I make food, so shit. I got a million worms in my ass. Well, eat their ass.
Burrows into the soft tissue and wraps itself in a fluid-filled sac, a cyst with a living worm coiled up in it. And then, nothing happens. For months, sometimes years, the cysts sit quietly in your head while you feel perfectly normal. You have no idea you're sharing your skull with them.
It's so easy to become a podcaster with Rivers.
Real horror begins when they finally die. Your immune system wakes up to the dead parasites and turns on them, and the tissue around each cyst swells and burns. But your skull is a sealed box of bone, with no room to give. The pressure climbs against your brain until it misfires, throwing your whole body into violent seizures that drop you to the floor without warning. Any one of them can stop your breathing for good. The thing tearing your mind apart.
Bitch, I don't know if I will make it to 20. I don't know if I'm gonna make it to 20. Yo, I don't wash my hands at all when I eat. When I eat, I don't wash my fucking hands at all. Oh my fucking god, bitch.
Is nothing but a worm, grown from an egg you swallowed years ago, now dying deep inside your own head. Acid hot spring. At the edge of a hot.
Bitch, I might die. Bitch. I ain't gonna, I gotta tell my mama this shit. I gotta tell my mama this shit.